Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the live show. It is Sunday evening. I hope everybody had a great weekend and everybody's getting ready for this crazy week that's going to be happening. Oh, who do we have? What? It's Mr. Bull and Mr. Bear. We just had Mr. Bear, didn't we? And it looks like we're going to have Mr. Bull coming up. All right, guys. Well, thanks for checking in tonight and blessing us with your presence here. So, yeah, Mr. Bull, it looks pretty good going into the overnights. And Mr. Bear, it looks like you're going to hibernate. So I'll see you guys later. Oh, yeah, our bull just knocked out our bear there. And here we go. Like I said, looking pretty good in the overnight hours. I think it's going to be pretty good for tomorrow. All information presented here is for educational and informational purpose only, not intended as financial advice. Always do your due diligence. How is everybody on this Sunday night? There you go. There's our heat map little puppet show for you guys in the beginning with our Mr. Bull, Mr. Bear. And let's see what's going on. How is everybody? Hope everybody did enjoy their weekend. It goes by so fast, and we're already cruising through the first week of November and cruising right through November. Before we know, we'll be sitting down having Thanksgiving dinner and getting ready for Christmas. But first, let's get ready for this week in the market. So let's cruise right through, see what's going on. Hope everybody was enjoying some NFL games and whatever else you were doing today and yesterday. And the Steelers and Chargers are playing today, so we'll keep you updated on that game as well. And let's just make sure that the microphone's all good. Hold on one second. I forgot to check, and it does look like it's fine. So there we go. I was messing around with things, and I didn't even check it. So, all right, guys, let me plug in my phone, and let's get rocking and rolling here and see what's going on for tomorrow. I wanted to see what our futures look like. Excuse me, because the market looks pretty good in the overnight hours. It looks like a bunch of things are up, so I just wanted to see what was going on here. And it does look like S&P's up 0.44%, Dow's up 0.26%, and NASDAQ futures are up. And Laptop Travel's up right there. Has to step out to speak with a client. So there you go, Laptop Travel. Get that taken care of. And we'll see you when you get back. Doge Mama 9, how are you? And let's hope for a start of a great Monday. It looks like it's going to be a good one, especially for us that have them QQQ calls, because it looked like the market was up pretty good. Let me just check that stock twits, because that's pretty good with the overnight hours here as well. And let me just see. And look at this, guys. You want to talk about a bounce around? I posted about it earlier. Bitcoin's already back at 106, Ethereum rolling to 3,600, and Solana's at 167. So that's a pretty green heat map for you. And let me see. I thought I saw the SPY and the Qs up here, but maybe I was crazy. Maybe. Oh, here they are. Yeah. The Qs say it is up in the after hours. Let me just take a quick look and see what this says, because this is probably going to be pretty accurate. Oh, no, it was up 241. All right, so that's just from the after hours. I didn't know if that was the overnight, to be honest with you, but that's what it was up. And it looks like it's going to be pretty good, guys, because it is trending, and it looks like it's pretty green, and the SPY and everything else. So let's get to it here and see what we have going on. Don't forget that the 2008 incentive checks was just another step towards the financial crisis of 2008. That's pretty funny. And didn't Trump just say that we were going to get a $2,000 tariff check or something? But anyway, we're going to go for the markets right there for tomorrow and see what's happening. And it does look like it's going to be bouncing. It did bounce back up at the end of the day. On Friday there, it came down. Here's the SPY underneath that 50. And we were talking about all this good stuff, especially in the Discord, the live trading, and your Qs. I mean, we nailed it perfectly, coming down to that 50 right there, just below, and then bouncing back up. And IWM's kind of in no man's land, and we'll see if it can get reversed around. It possibly can, and just start making a base right here. So we will be keeping an eye on all these indices tomorrow, see what they're doing. And you know that we have some Q calls going into tomorrow right there. So here we go, guys. Let's take a quick look and see what's going on. And like I said, I'll keep you updated on the Steelers and Chargers ONDS right here. This one was starting to turn around, and a bunch of them were. At the end of the day there, you could see we had some nice pullback happening in the morning, and then they started to run back up there, and that ONDS was one of them right there. And a lot of them are going to have that similar look, and there you go, ONDS probably looking pretty good for tomorrow. So you might want to keep an eye on ONDS tomorrow. Even UMAC right here and a couple of these other ones are starting to look pretty good. Obviously, we'll be looking at them tomorrow, but we could absolutely get them to start curling up and these be bottomed out and start to get cruising into the channels there. So that is what they look like right there. And here we go. Let's cruise right along. And Open Door took a big dip on Friday and then recouped itself. Look at this thing, guys. It opened up, started running up a little bit. I know it was dipping down at some point. I don't know exactly when it was, but it looks like it was kind of cruising up. Didn't it dip down yet on Friday? I swore it dipped down there on Friday. Well, I know it was down here at some point. They all were down pretty low, and then it regrouped itself and got moving. And this one had looked bullish the other day, so I do think that bottom was on Friday. It was a beautiful dip. Oh yeah, why are we not looking at this? The government shutdown. Look at this chart, guys. That November 16th plus took a huge dip right there, and almost like you're November 8th through 11th, and today is the 9th. So we're talking the next few days right here, and even if it goes into the 12th through 15th, but you're getting the government shutdown to open up real soon. Congress going to pass the bill that gets Congress a paycheck until that AI and tech bubble in the works right there. Michael Anthony, how are you this evening? Nice of you to join us early on a Sunday evening right here. And Bitcoin, yeah, 106, Luis Rodriguez. That's what I was talking about. I had put that beautiful green crypto map, and I do think Friday was our big dip, guys. Crypto, Bitcoin, everything. And here we come. We're going to go. I was a week off. I apologize. I said maybe the last week of October into the first week of November, we'd see the markets bouncing. That should have been our dip and rip look right there. And now we're going to get moving after the second week in November. So I was a week off, and I was saying this for a couple months there. So a week off isn't too bad, and we caught some dip opportunities, Michael Anthony. And let's see what else is going on and what we're going to be looking at tomorrow, because it does look like this market's about to change around. The government's about to open back up, and things are going to be looking for good for the end of the year. So QMCO right here, let's see what it's up to. It was trying to pull back up at the end of the day as well. They have earnings coming up November 13th, which is on Thursday right there. So some earnings coming up this week as well, and we'll take a look at the rest of these guys. RGTI was dipping down and then started to rip up right there, guys, and everything started to look way better at the end of the day. I can tell you that right now. And let's go through all these real quick. QUBT and another one, same situation, got under that trend line, started to pull up. So I do think we're going to have a pretty good day tomorrow. QBTS is our D-Wave Quantum. And look at that one. That one was even trying to run up. That is trying to get set up. And I have a feeling you're going to start to see these starting to curl up on the charts tomorrow. And what I mean by that is put a blue screen up there so you have no clue what's going on. But you can see even the Quantum, the Defiance Quantum ETF right here pulling back. I do think you're going to start to see them start curling back up right there. Let me blow that up a little bit so you can see it. And yeah, I do think we're going to start to get them to curl back up, even on the RSIs, MACDs, all across the board, everywhere. And QSI right here, same situation. Looks like it was bottoming out. IONQ, that one was jumping back up, and that one looks really good right there, guys. So keep an eye on IONQ right there. I do like that. Let's take a better look at IONQ right here. And yeah, look at that bad boy. That's getting ready to run right there. So I like that. Market will open green to see the markets go red. That's what Michael Anthony's predicting right there. He said it's going to open green, then go red. So we'll see as it opens up what it'll look like, Michael Anthony. You know, I'll be on early in the morning at 7 a.m. to do our pre-market show. And then we'll be on at 9:15 in the Discord as well. We'll open up the market, do some live trading, see what's going on in there. And we'll get into that all and getting all that stuff. And, you know, it's a lot of fun. And IONQ right here. Let's see what our cat's doing. That one was trying to run up. Another one looks so pretty good in the basement. And Z-Space right here still pulling back after it ran up the other day. So there you go. It's your quantum and computer hardware ones. And let's see what UNH looks like, trying to pull back up. I think that might be in a good spot right there to start setting up. So UNH might be a good opportunity as well. So keep an eye on UNH right there as well. And let's look at our Trump crypto family company ones, whatever they are, family crypto ones. And look at this. They're starting to bottom out right here. And now might be a good time when these things meet up, when these two trend lines and all these trend lines start meeting up down here. you know this thing's going to get ripping, guys. So ABTC, we might want to keep an eye on this thing as well, and probably Pew and all these things getting in close now. And, as soon as crypto really looks like it's ready to go, that's when these things will look really good, and you'll catch them down at the bottom. Here's our Pew. We'll see it tomorrow. It'll probably roll off. Look at it. It was starting to set up there Friday as well. NCPL right now is trying to get rolling. It had that trend line, and it was trying to get rolling the other day, and it started to pull back some more. And I think that one will look good. And PSQH right here is another one that's, oh, look at that trend line. That's definitely about laptop travel. If you're not with a client, you're paying attention, or anybody, Michael Anthony or anyone, then what the hell is that candle called right there? When you have that red one that's like up and then a green one that's down like that, what is that called right there? Because that's always a reversal candle as well. I don't know what they're called, but they're always a good one to see. And especially when it's sitting on a trend line like that, Michael Anthony. So that's a beautiful look. And I have a feeling you're going to get that PSQH to get turned around there and start moving. So keep an eye on PSQH, because that has that look right there like it's going to turn around any moment right now. So we will be watching for that one as well. And let's see what else is going on. So that's the Trump crypto family ones. And here's your crypto treasury ones. And they were starting to look good too on Friday afternoon. And here's your BMNR. We've been talking about it, watching it for a while. And SBET right here looks really good. And that is another Ethereum one looking pretty hot right there. And let's see what that UPXI is looking like. It was just kind of flat, but I guarantee that's a bottom look right there. It certainly looks like it, and it looks like it wants to get fired back up. So keep an eye on UPXI and ORBS. Let's see. This one we've been trying. Oh, that one's looking beautiful, guys. ORBS. Absolutely keep an eye on that one right there. That's getting set up. All four of these are getting set up, but that ORBS looks like it's going to be a great opportunity really, really soon right there. Let's look at TONX, because it started to look pretty good Friday afternoon. Look at that rolling up, and maybe it'll drop that news. I think their quiet period should be just about up pretty soon, so we'll see what's going on with that. And even FGNX is looking pretty good, so I'll keep you posted about that as well. And there you go. It looks like it's going to be drawing that, making that bottom right there and starting to move up. And LBGJ something. These letters kill me. LBGJ. And this thing is still looking pretty good, as it's been creeping up another 4 cents. Look at it, guys, spiking around, not looking bad. And you could get a big spike on this one. These China small caps have been looking pretty good. And YDKG is another one we've been watching right here. Just a little bit of pullback there on Friday. Nothing too crazy, but not looking bad right there for YDKG. So I'll be checking that out in the morning as well. And we'll see what it wants to do. Another China small cap. Unless it has a reverse split down there, it should try to get moving, and we'll keep an eye on it. ORIS right here was pulling back a little bit, and 2 blue screens in a row. And this one's trying to roll off the MACD, looking pretty good right there for ORIS. So definitely want to keep an eye on this one tomorrow to see if it curls up. Could be one that pops up right there. And that is your ORIS. And STFS right now. That's Star Fashion Culture Holdings, another China small cap, trying to get set up here on your 20 and your 50 right there. So keep an eye on that one. So a bunch of these China small caps are getting set up. We'll keep an eye on them for tomorrow to make sure that they want to continue there. Here's that NIXX. It was running up at the end of the week the other day, Wednesday, Thursday right there, and then had a little bit of pullback. We'll keep an eye on it. That's that one that Stock Authority was talking about. He was dead on the money when it got down here. It did pop up, but for not very long. So we'll keep an eye and see when it wants to go. This one's looking pretty good, LITM, and that thing looks like it's getting ready to blast off. So that's another one to keep an eye on right there, LITM. And what do they have, like uranium? They have some kind of metals or gas. I don't know what the hell they even have, guys. They have something over there in that land in LITM. It's called Snow Lake Resources. It's an industrial and metals and mining in Canada right there. And Sinestech. I believe that one, well, I was saying it was looking pretty good the other day, and I was going to say that I believe they have earnings coming up tomorrow, and they certainly do it, and I believe they're doing an interview with Ben pretty soon. So keep an eye out for that. And there you go. It's a NESTech. And remember, I was saying it was looking pretty good and it was just dipping down here. And there you go, Progressive G, if you're on here. So NESTech looking pretty good as well. And like I said, that one looked like it had been looking pretty good, as a matter of fact. And they do have earnings, and we'll see what happens with that one. And let's see what's happening. MicroStrategy 251 in the overnight. What's the Qs at in the overnight? Do they even move in the overnight, Luis Rodriguez? I'm not even sure. I have no idea if they do or not. Yeah, oh, dude, that's a good one. TB12. That Volt right there is getting set back up to run. Look at this thing getting curled up. As a matter of fact, I did see this today as I was doing a little scanning on the charts, and I didn't write it down, but that's a good one. I will add it right to the list right there. Good old Volt. That is setting up as well right there. So that is a good one, TB12. Thank you for that one. And yeah, getting set up. A lot of them are. So yeah, NESTech is. Here's your IVF. That one was looking a little bit better. And look at this thing trying to curl up. And I do think this thing's finally going to get running. So let's see if it gets moving right there. You said the Qs are at 615. Oh, wow, they're up another $3. Well, that would be really, really nice right there, Luis Rodriguez. And 615 area. I can't see it. Oh, where the heck is that? Right there. 615. It's like right about there on that 20 area. It looks like I'm trying to see. There it is, 615. Just below the 20, it looks like, but that's in a good spot right there. We'll see it try to get rolling back up in the morning. So yeah, them call options from last week on Friday are going to be pretty looking pretty good tomorrow morning, I'd have to say. SPY's at 674.70. And let's see where that's at, 6.7. So that's up another $2 as well. So there you go, guys. Things are looking pretty good for the morning, I must say. And IVF looking pretty good right there. So you might want to keep an eye on that one. And Volt's looking pretty good. So I would say there's a lot of them getting set up. And we are hitting that little dip and rip look, I would say. And this is a great opportunity. And this is what we were talking about. We were dead on the money with shorting down the market. Didn't execute it perfectly. A lot of you guys in the Discord executed it beautifully, like Sam and Yosef and a lot of other people in there were just absolutely destroying the market. And but we got it right to hit the Qs calls on the way up there. And now we're going to time it out. I'm not going to look at the minute chart. So I'll look at them while we're on there trading, but I'm not going to judge everything off the minute charts. I think I was letting them just cloud my mind when I know that I'd never really trade that way. So why would I start all of a sudden? So that was my mistake, and I won't do that. ASST is up there this evening too, and that one is cruising along looking pretty good right there. So that one could get ripping. ASST. Another good one. So there's a ton of them, guys. DLXY. This is trying to get set up right here. Keep an eye on that tomorrow. It was slowly going up, a little pullback on Friday. And this VNTG, not that one, but this guy, that Vantage one, continuing to go up. Remember, we were talking about this getting looking good down here. Well, it jumped up for 3 days in a row. So there you go with that look. And Hertz was looking really good and should try to continue up with a little momentum. So you can keep an eye on Hertz right there. That could have that momentum look. This one, remember I said this on Friday, guys? Kinder Morgan was looking really good. Well, that was up over 1.5% right there. KMI, and still looking good. I think that one might be another one. I think I had that on as like a top pick pack I'm pretty sure for Friday I had that on as a top pick on the night note, and there you go. It was pulling up there, looking pretty good, and looks pretty healthy right there for KMI. Kodak right here. Ben was all over this one, and that thing got ripping, and watch for some momentum with that one right there. And let's see what else is going on with Gush. This one was popping up. Remember we were talking about this? This oil and gas one did rip. But Boyle did dip down right there. So that is your natural gas and oil and gas looking pretty good. And that, remember ExxonMobil and Oxy were looking really good? Well, there you go. That's probably why, especially that Oxy right there coming up to its earnings. So I would say Oxy looking really, really good for tomorrow. So keep an eye on that one as well. Just kind of jumping around. ZJYL, another penny stock from China right here. And that thing's trying to get out of the basement. So you can keep an eye on that one. And I forgot to write these down, but I'll go back and look at them. And that's ZGYL right there. And let's see what else this one, Luis Rodriguez, you were loving this guy. And right off of that support line down here, and UAMY looks like it could be running up a little bit more tomorrow and continue with that momentum. So there you go. And where's Robin at? You on here, Robin, and all you CNR fans, here you go. Remember, we said this was looking good. Well, that's probably why, because it was up over 3% and looks like it wants to continue to roll. And that is your thermal coal right there. We were talking about this one dipped down, ARLP. BTU looks real good. CNR looks great. And that NC looks pretty healthy right there. So, and there you go. So there you are with CNR. Cavino and Rich show, also an awesome show. But this stock chart looking pretty good right there for thermal coal. So you keep an eye on CNR right there. And here we are. Why is Kodak up? They had earnings and they did something. I forget what the hell it was, Michael Anthony. I have no idea. Let's see. I know they had earnings, and I think it was like a good earnings report, perhaps. I forget exactly what it was, but they did have earnings, Michael Anthony. Hertz is over $7 right now, and there you go. That one did look pretty good, guys. So you can keep an eye on Hertz for a momentum play right there tomorrow as well. And that one was cruising along. And let's see what else is going on over here. BTU Expedia. We talked about this as a momentum play, and it was jumping up pretty good on Friday. We'll see how that opens up, but not looking bad right there, getting in there. So that also could be a little momentum play for tomorrow. EXPE. It's in the game. No, I'm just kidding. But Expedia right here is looking pretty good. And IMRX Progressive G, this one's not looking bad too. I would say that's getting set up right there and looking really good. So you can keep an eye on IMRX. I know we've been talking about that one for a little while, especially in the Discord, and it is looking really good. How about ASST? That one is getting set up, and Luis Rodriguez was saying it was up in the over hours or the overnight hours. And let's see what's going on here with the game. It is where the heck did it go? Holy cow, what did they do? Put it down here. It is didn't even start yet. I guess it's about to start. Oh, I thought it already started. I'm just watching an interview over here. I thought it was like already into the first quarter. I'm not sure what's going on. Anyway, I'll let you know when something's going on in the football game. I think it's about to start, perhaps. I have no idea. And it does say 8:20. It's 8:23. So there you go, ASST. That one's setting up looking good. Chipotle way down here. And this one's trying to get set up, guys. I would be keeping an eye on Chipotle. That one's going to be getting set up. How about Plug right here? This actually looking pretty good again, too. So when are their earnings? They're coming up tomorrow, so we'll watch for Plug right there. Did you see the dip and bounce on Disney last week? And Disney right there. Oh, that one. Oh, man, that one's starting to look a little bit better right there, Luis Rodriguez. I know it did dip. I know it did bounce the other day, too. We've been watching this thing. I don't know. The whole entire market could be turning around right here. So you better be careful on that one right now, Luis Rodriguez on Disney. But let's get back to these guys. American Airlines looked pretty good. I don't know why, but it just looks pretty good to me. So you might want to keep an eye on that one. A couple of the airlines look good, but this American Airlines looking good to me right there. And obviously going over the weekend, it's tough, but if the market's going to be pulling up, they all should be looking good. And there you go, American Airlines. That's a new one, AERO. Anyone know what that is? Laptop Travel. It looks like a Mexico one. And ALGT, but this one looked good. Is that Alaska? Yeah, Alaska Air Group. And Delta was looking pretty good. JetBlue, not bad right there. And Southwest was looking pretty strong. So, like I said, a couple of these airlines and United not looking bad right there. Look at Alaska. That one's looking pretty strong right there. So keep an eye on that one. What is it? ALK? ALK. Wow, that one looks good. That one could be a good runner for tomorrow. ALK. So keep an eye on that one. And it is Alaska Air Group. So there you go with that one. Jackson Dart did have a concussion today. And we'll have to see. I don't think he didn't return, did he? So we'll have to see what happens with that. Here's the kickoff here. The Chargers are kicking off to the Steelers. So game's about to start right now. I'll keep you guys posted on the Sunday night football game, and we'll rip right through this list right here. CHR, another little penny stock from China right here. It ran up the other day. What was that, about Wednesday? It was ripping, and it still has that look, still in the basement, still has an opportunity. Keep an eye on it. RETO. Keep an eye on this thing right here. It had just recently reverse split. We do love when they reverse split and get set up like this. And that is Rito Echo Solutions. And that's another China. And that was a small cap one, obviously, because they just reverse split right there. How about FMC Corp, Agriculture Imports? And that is a U.S. company. And that thing looks like it's getting set up right there. So keep an eye on FMC. That one's not looking bad from Friday anyway. And Rubico right now. That was running up a little bit on Friday. We'll have to see how that sets up tomorrow, what it wants to do. And there you go with them. Let's take a look and see what else is going on with J Nug and them guys, because they were looking a lot better and they are getting set up there. So, I mean, whether gold gets curled up and goes right through or not, you're going to get a pop up, and it looks like it's getting set up to run up to the 50 onto the 20 and cruise right back up. So J Nug looking good, Nug looking real good, Silver was looking pretty decent right there. So I do think your bottoms are in for them, and they are looking pretty good right there. And we can take a look at that NGD. That was getting set up as well. So that has a crazy look right there. And let's look at that BTGD. Oh, look at that. BTG is B2 Gold Corp. And that thing's going to get set up bottoming out down there. BTGD is the 100% Bitcoin stake and 100% gold. And that finally made a bottom right there. Not looking bad. SOLT, SOLZ. These all made their bottoms as well, and they're looking pretty good. And then crypto is looking way better. HSDT right here, that Solana company, and look at that thing trying to get ripping up there. So that looks way better as well. And how about STKE? Good old Soul Strategies, and that looks like it wants to roll off the MACD. So here we go with crypto looking really good, as we already looked at right there. Bitcoin's at 106. We can go through them. I think we actually did, and they're already cruising up, looking good, curling up. They all look the same, so no need to really get crazy on them. We'll look at them in the morning, but they do have a good look, and they look like they're about to cruise up some more. And that is what crypto looks like right there. And some of the crypto ones that we generally look at, and the other ones, let's look at our Jolie's Jam, see how they look after Friday, after Friday's close. Rhythm right here, not Royal Bank. Here's RYM pulling back. That one actually might dip down a little bit more. Blink charging. That one could start to get curled up right there. Looks pretty good to try to. And Cecil right here. We'll have to see if that's bottomed out and ready. Sterling took a big dip down. And you know it. We'll be watching this one for a bounce back, guys. So let's keep an eye on STRL tomorrow for sure, because that one loves to bounce back and loves to bounce pretty big. So we'll have to watch that one in the morning. And let's see what else is going on. Rivian had been looking good going into its earnings, and we should have known because the chart was looking good. Remember, I'd kept saying it, and it did run up. So I'd say we can tell more from the charts than anything else, and it did look good. It ran up right there. And Symbiotic right here did pull back and is hitting a support line right there. And we're about to do your laptop travel list right now, laptop travel. So there you go. Perfect timing, literally just looking at Symbiotic, the last Jolie's Jams, and you're just in time. So sit back, put your feet up, and enjoy your laptop travel list right here. Here we go. Ready? APT. Let's look at apartment number. Let's see what APT is up to. Alpha Pro Tech. And that looks pretty good, I must say. So we'll be keeping an eye on that. And obviously, these are going in off of Friday's close, but they did look good. CADL. Candle Therapeutics. I was trying to think of it while I was typing it in. I could not think of the name of it. But CADL right here looks like that bottomed out right there. There was a candle I was asking about. I forget on what chart it was. I have no idea. But I was asking about it, but it was before, and I have no idea which chart it was. So anyway, it doesn't matter. But CADL right here, that is looking like it. It looks like it did bottom out right there. Holy cow, I can't type. But CDT, we'll look at it. CDT equity. This wasn't one, but maybe we want to add this laptop travel. Check that bad boy out right there for CDT. I know we've looked at it before, and it is looking pretty good right there. I might have to jot that down and add it right to the list. I love when I make a mistake and it ends up being like something like that. So that does look good, but I was trying to get the CDTG. CDTG right there is an environmental technology in China, and that one was running up there on Friday. We'd have to look at that one tomorrow right there. And let's see what CHEK is doing. What am I typing in? CHEK check cap. That was running up right there. That's an Israeli one, and it's a diagnostics and research. So we'd have to look at that. That one was already running up there on Friday, not looking bad. In ELSE, remember we were looking at this thing? It had been running up. Keep an eye on this bad boy right here because this thing was looking pretty good last week. I know I added it back to the list. It had run up. Went a little flat Thursday, a little pullback, but easily could be some healthy pullback right there. And some guts right here. I don't know why I can't type any of them in, but guts right here is just a little bit of healthy pullback. Maybe you get a little. I don't know if you'll get any more right there going in the earnings on the 12th, which is Wednesday right there. So we'll see if this has any guts to run before its earnings right there. And MREO is like I forget what the heck it's called, Murio or something, Mero. I don't know how to say it. MREO right there, whatever it's called, Murio Biopharma, something like that. And that thing looks like it bottomed out right there and wants to curl up. So I do think the market bottomed out Friday. As you could see, it was starting to bounce back up to Q Spies, everybody else. Yeah, CDT. You like that one? That looks pretty good right there. And I know we've watched this one run pretty significantly before, and it does look good for a little biotech one. And now as an ETF for the building supplies, I know that. And let's see, that one's getting set up. Oh yeah, that does look good right there. Laptop travel, I do like that. NAIL. And again, that is a three-time one, home builder supply. So keep an eye on that. Let me put that right there. NAIL, if I knew how to spell. So there you go with your laptop travel list, your Joe Leach jams. We can go through all the big caps, Mag 7 and all them. Obviously, we're going to want to look at them in the morning. We know our SPY closed up, but we'll run right through them real quick. Apple was down, but making a base. I have a feeling a lot of these are going to be up in the morning. Amazon was trying to hit that support line there on Friday and get moving back up. Google was down a little bit. That one actually had looked good. We'll have to see how it opens up. Meta had been pulling back. Looks like it bottomed out, so Meta could have some big run up. And Microsoft right here had been pulling back and could be bottoming out as well. And what about your NVIDIA? That looks like it's trying to bottom out. It was crossing down. It could pull itself back up right there and then just get resume rolling right off the MACD. Can tell my brain's tired after the weekend, but MAZD we'll make up our new line and a new trend. But anyway, it should roll right off of there. It's what it looks like it wants to do going into tomorrow. And Tesla right here was down after Elon got the package. And that's why I don't mess with things like that. I think they're already priced in a lot of times, especially when everybody already knows. It did look good. It jumped up a little bit, but then pulled back. It seems like they're always bear traps to me. I don't know. But anyway, that is your Tesla, and we'll see. It'll probably want to bounce back up tomorrow, though. That'll probably be a good one to play. AMC right here, trying to bottom out at some point. We'll see how far it wants to go. GameStop, same situation. We'll see if it wants to really get crawling up and ready to get rolling there. Chewy had been pulling back there. Looks like it bottomed out. Oh, Chewy looks pretty good to get set up. Look at that bottom right there. And Chewy does look good. Better keep an eye on that one now. I know Unity had been looking good already, and I think it can set up at the end of the day. Again, let's see what it looked like right there on that 50. It's in that channel. Chewy might look even better right now. So out of that group right there between AMC, GameStop, Chewy, and Unity, I would say Chewy looks good. And Netflix right here was trying to get cruising, and I do think that bottomed out and should get rolling up there. So you can keep an eye on some of the Netflix ETFs if you want. Aren't they going to 1 for 10 split or something so it becomes more affordable? But in the meantime, here's your NFXL, and it is a 2-time bull for Netflix right there. And let me just see real quick. Weren't they 1 for 10 in it? I don't know where it even says it. They have way too much news and I can't find it. There's too much going on. But anyway, I think didn't we say that last week? I don't really remember. But anyway, there's Netflix, and I have a feeling we might have said that. But if I'm wrong, I might be wrong. So I apologize. Somebody can confirm that or tell me that I'm wrong. AVGO is pulling back right here. We'll see. Semiconductors could have a little more pullback. We'll have to see how they open up. MU had been pulling back. That one's the only one that really looks good, I must say. TSM had been pulling back, as you can see, and maybe they are bottomed out, but they still have to get set back up and start curling back up right there. And SMCI, same situation. That one actually looks like it could be bottoming out. AMD had been dipping down, and we'll see. That one, they could dip down a little bit more right there. And here is your QCOM, and that one is dipping down. So, like I said, your semiconductors could be dipping down right here. Snow had been running up and pulled back a little bit. We'll have to see how that opens up there. And PayPal isn't looking too bad off of that trend line. Intel right here, and I can't type tonight, but there is Intel, and it honestly looks like it could pull back. We'll have to see if it does jump up there, but I would say that it could pull back a little bit more. And yes, Netflix is reverse split 10 for 1, and reverse split makes it more affordable for new investors and their employees right there. So there you go with Netflix. And of course, if it's 1 for 10, it'll lower the price big time. It's over $1,000, right? It's over 1,100. So bring it back into an affordable range there, and more people can get into it. So there you go with Netflix. And like I said, I don't know when the date is. When are they supposed to do that anyway? I'm not sure. And Lewis Netflix versus forward split. It's a forward split, not a reverse split. I was saying reverse split. You're right. It's not a really reverse split. It's a forward split. Reverse split, you lose dilution, you're diluting it. And a forward split, you're really just breaking the price down to make it more affordable, and it will really kind of go up there. We saw NVIDIA do it when it got to 1,300. I'd called it at 185. It ran to 1,300, and then they did the same thing, a forward split right there to make it more affordable for new investors, like Laptop Travel saying, and also employees to purchase it. But anyway, there's your Netflix looking really good going into a 1 for 10 forward split. I keep saying the word reverse split, and it is wrong. It is not a reverse split, so I don't want you to think that. But there you go. After the U.S. government reopens, I expect a massive wave of liquidity to flood into the crypto market, especially in the Ethereum and Solana. I agree, Luis Rodriguez. I think the markets are going to explode. And like I said, that shutdown's it's closing up real soon. As a matter of fact, this blue one is about to take precedent, and it's the 8th through 11th. So you're talking in the next day or two, guys. This thing's going to end. It is no longer. So I seen this today make them moves, as you seen. If you saw me post about it, I did post about it on X because I was like, well, the government shutdown's about that. And I don't even know if anything had been mentioned yet. So once that happens, billions will inflow into to buy crypto. I agree with that. BMNR and all them guys right there. I have to agree. So here we go. Let's keep on cruising right through and see where we left off at IBM. Oh, we didn't get the Dell yet. That had been pulling back right there. Hitting the trend line could be a bottom right there for Dell to try to get set back up, and IBM to starting to pull back, and we'll have to see. And again, these guys could pull back right here. We'll have to see how they open up tomorrow. And Palantir was taking a big dip right there and then trying to bottom out at the end of the day. So we'll see how Palantir looks. Could try to bounce back up. And Sophie right here, SoFi, whatever it's called, same situation. November 17th is the Netflix split is effective. So there you go. And Sophie right here at another dip. and Rip probably look. And let's see, Mara Riot and all these guys. Look at that, bottomed out down there, it looks like, and Riot way down has the trend line. So you could just see these things are all getting ready. And that was a nice little pullback that we needed in the market for it to rip even higher. And there's your clean spark. It's getting ready. And MicroStrategy right here, guys, looking pretty good. And like I was saying, Sayer didn't want to get under that trend line right there, but it did. And it'll bounce right back up. So it'll look pretty good perhaps tomorrow, I would think. And Robinhood right here is was pulling back, but that'll probably get pulled back around. And Coinbase was trying to jump back up at the end of the day, or on Friday for the most part. And here about Webull right here. This is a golden opportunity in the under the tens. And look at this thing. This is going to get set up. Watch that set up tomorrow. And let's look at space down here, SPCE. And this thing is getting set back up right there. Boeing was already trying to set up, had a little dip Friday. We'll see if it's bottomed out there. DJT was dipped under the 13s, but now has a trend line in the basement. So we'll watch DJT there, Michael Anthony. You might like it down there now. And Nike, that could continue to pull back now. Lulu is trying to get moving again. We'll have to see what it wants to do tomorrow. And what about McDonald's trying to bump back up there? It is under the MACD trying to curl back up. We'll look at it. We already looked at Disney. And again, Luis Rodriguez, that could get curled up. We'll look at it tomorrow. Oxy looking really good right there. ExxonMobil as well, jumping up. And DXYZ right here pulling back a little bit. It had been. And we'll see what that wants to do. Look at it. It may roll right off the MACD and get cruising right there. So there you go at your Mag 7 big caps and all them bad boys. And let's see what else you guys are looking at and what else is going on in the markets here. So let's take a quick look. The Steelers are up 3-0, it looks like, in the first quarter. It looks like 10:20 left, and they're at a commercial break, and the Chargers had the ball or are getting it. So there you go at your football update. And let me go back and see what's going on. And Luis Rodriguez had a bunch of them. Let's blast right through them. Luis Rodriguez, AFRM right here. Affirm Holdings. Whoa, that one looks really good. Let's jot that down for tomorrow. AFRM. I like that look for tomorrow right there. Let's see. What else do you have? CoreWeave right here. That's not looking too bad after a dip down. What's that? Core Scientific. That's not looking bad. Did try to get set back up. EOSE right here. I remember that was EOSE was running up. Yeah, it was. I remember it was running up there. That energy one. We'll see if it wants to keep that momentum right there. And GCT, that one's running up. That's at GigaCloud. You did call that one, didn't you? And GCT, I think you had mentioned that, Luis Rodriguez, the day before. Gree right here, Green Ridge Generation. And that thing trying to bounce off of that trend line right there, FIRX, Infla RX. And look at that bad boy trying to get curled off. Wow, that's not looking bad right there. I'd look at that tomorrow for sure. And here's your Lowe's and Home Depot. And I'm telling you guys, these guys are getting set up right here. Keep them on your list. HD and LOW, because they are going to be looking good. And MSGE, Madison Square Garden. This one was running up as well. We had mentioned this not long ago, and then there was another one like that, MSGY. And was that it? No, that one took a huge dip right there. What the heck happened to that one? Whoa, what was going on with this thing? MSGY right there. That thing's all over the place. I'd have to look at that tomorrow, Luis Rodriguez. So Rivian, we looked at. Starbucks was looking good. They had earnings, or they do. They already did. And no, it was just curling up. I did see that. That was up on Friday and not looking bad right there. And we looked at UAMY looking pretty good. TerraWolf, what is this one doing right here? If I type it in right there, you go. TerraWolf not looking bad on that trend line right there. And ZTS is Zotis. And look at that one right there. Hey, here you go. Laptop Travel, and guys, what is this called when it has like the tail down and it's green, and then it's got like a red one and it's tailed up like that? That always looks like a reverse to me. I'm not sure what that candle is called, but I saw it earlier and was asking, but that's what I was talking about right there. Anyway, MicroStrategy at 251 in the overnight right there. So that is bumped up. Oh, yeah, that's up another $10. And Datavolt looking good. Qs are up. SPY are up. ASST is up right there. Kodak was up, I believe, because of the earnings. And what's that frog doing? This one wanted to take a leap. Remember we were talking about it? Didn't I say that the other day? It was ready to leap, and there you go. Holy cow, that went up like 26%. Didn't you mention that one the other day there, Michael Anthony? Somebody did. And let's see what else is going on. What station is the football game on? This one I have it on Hulu, but it's on NBC is usually what it is on Sunday night. So NBC channel, well, it's channel 10 around here. But yeah, NBC it should be on, Michael Anthony, but I do have Hulu, so it's just on one of them channels, whatever it is. But yeah, NBC. And anyway, there you go. Jackson Dart concussion today. Steelers and Chargers are playing right now, and I'll keep you updated on that one. And let's see what else is going on. The housing specialist. Do you break down stocks? Went into SanDisk at 207. Had no idea it would go up $35. Can you look at it? Sure can. What is SanDisk? Not even sure what that is there. The housing specialist. Let's see. SAND. Oh, SNDK, huh? It sure did go up pretty well. And it looks like it could run up a little bit more. These things up here get cruising, but also I get a little worried because it's run up pretty significantly. So I would say if it runs up again or at all tomorrow, I would be locking in those profits right there, the housing specialist. But that's just me and how I trade. This thing could continue to run up, but it already had that big run up, came down already, and kind of ran up and came down. So this is probably going to be your last big run up right here. And who knows when the party will be over, to housing specialist. So just be careful of that. And that's how it looks to me right there for SNDK. And let me see over here. And yeah, like I said, it does look like it's going to run up a little bit more in the morning. The market looks like it's going to run up. So that's a good thing right now for you. And then, like I said, I would be looking to lock in profits or scale out on the way up right there. So good call on that one. Beauty and TB12. You like AGH right here? Let's see what that is. Wasn't that air something? I can't even say it. Auroras Greenway. I remember we looked at this a while back. It is trying to curl up. It's in that channel. I'd have to see it tomorrow to be completely honest with you. Not saying it won't run, but it looks a little good to curl up. It gets over this 20 right here, like 580 something, and it will get cruising. So that's what it looks like. It is crawling up there, not looking bad, TB12. So we can keep an eye on that AGH. Like I said, we've looked at that one before, and there's so many of them that are looking good. The Senate has enough Democratic votes to reopen the government after a 40-day shutdown. That just happened, guys. The senators reached a tentative deal to end the government shutdown. And thanks, Luis Rodriguez. Had no idea. So there you go, everybody. And so, yeah, like I said today, that thing was opening up pretty soon. And that's what the charts can tell you that quick like that. So I did post it today, and I don't see anything. Let me just take a quick look. Luis Rodriguez, I can look over here as well to see if anything's it does say deal to end government shutdown breaks major hurdle as Democrats join GOP rivals right there. So there you are. And who saw Trump was at the he was at the Washington game, the Commanders game. U.S. stock futures rise as Senate votes on deal to end the government shutdown. Shares rise on optimism over potential end to U.S. government shutdown. Stocks rise, bonds fall. U.S. government shutdown enters. Stock futures rise as Senate nears. And look what I said today, guys. Where's my page at? Let me just go and look at it. Hold on a second. Give me what is going on here? Of course, it doesn't want to work. Nothing works when you really want it to. What is going on? Let me just open up a new one because it's not even working right there. I have no idea what's going on. But anyway, here we go. And what did I say earlier? Hold on. What did I even say? I said open up the government and free Joe Exotic an hour ago. When did this stuff come out? This is at like 8:48, so you know it was before that. And then I said at 4 hours ago, guys. So we're around 4 o'clock. Looks like the government shutdown will be ending in the next few days. Charts took a wild swing. Should end by November 15th. That was the latest. And so there you go, guys. I mean, I basically was saying today that took a wild swing, and there you go. That's how the charts can tell you everything. And that's why I look at them all the time. So interesting right there. Thank you, Luis Rodriguez. It looks like you're going to open up the government, and that will send the markets booming tomorrow. And our Q calls are going to be looking great there, guys. Laptop Travel and everybody else in the Discord that was playing along. And let's keep on cruising there. So thank you for that info. And let's see, Doge Mama 9, you had a couple for us for tomorrow in ASBP. Let's see what that's up to. Aspire Biopharma. And it looked like it was trying to run up in the after hours. I'd have to look at this over here. It's not looking bad. I'd have to look at that one tomorrow. How about our BZAI right here? Good old Blaze Holdings. That's looking pretty good. I would say keep an eye on BZAI tomorrow. Look at it off of that trend line. That could easily get cruising up. There's so many of them that are looking good right now. EON Resources, and that's off of that trend line as well. Let's see if it wants to really curl up right there. Probably will get curling up there tomorrow for that one. INDO in Indonesia Energy, and that one looked like it was pulling back right there. But let's see. That one looked like it was trying to pull back, starting to get that curl up look. We'd have to look at that one tomorrow right there. And Bitfarms, you know, this is going to be ripping up there tomorrow, guys, off that trend line. So definitely be keeping an eye on Bitfarms. The Big Bear is actually looking pretty good. I saw that. It does have earnings coming up tomorrow, so you can keep an eye on that. That should be looking pretty good. And Nubaru right here, good old BURU, Nubaru, Buru, and that's on the 50, and it is starting to set up. Not sure if it's going to blast off exactly tomorrow, but it's not looking too bad right there to get set up for Buru, BURU. So thank you, Doge Mama 9. And how about our Soundhound? That was looking pretty good the other day, and there you are on your trend line. And Soundhound, let's see, after it pulled back, yeah, it was starting to look pretty good, and that one does look like it's going to get set up. So there you go, everybody. Some good ones right there. We'll keep an eye on them. We were talking about Netflix doing the forward split right there, and the government should reopen, and the crypto is going to get booming again. You already know that's about to happen. QuantumScape, Joseph. Let's see what's happening over here. Joseph D104. And we did skip QS right here. Let's see what it looks like. Oh, that one's getting set up too for for QuantumScape. We'll definitely keep an eye on that. I know Laptop Travel had been talking about it. Buyers stepping in. Look at all those earnings that opened before the market opened Friday. And was that this Friday or last Friday? I don't know what you're talking about, but there was a ton of them this past week. I don't know if there's a lot of them for this week. I'm not even sure. Michael Anthony, now you piqued my interest, and now I'll have to go over and look. But I'll also tell you if anything interesting is trending. I know there's a lot of crypto and Ethereum, Bitcoin, SPY, Qs, and that's about it. So what was I going to look at? Oh, yeah, over here. And let me just see real quick the earnings. Right here, let's see, Friday. Nah, there's not that many, only 77 or so. What's tomorrow? 193 plus 3 would be 196. And that's Wednesday, there's a good amount. And Thursday. So Wednesday and Thursday, you have over 220 some. Looks like 230 on Wednesday and 225 or so on Thursday. So a bunch of earnings coming up right there. Oh, they just was that a safety? I think they just did get a safety. It looks like they just sacked the whoa, he just fumbled it. The Steelers quarterback just fumbled it in the in his own end zone right there, and then he got sacked. So that is a safety. And isn't that Aaron Rodgers, as a matter of fact? I forgot he was their quarterback. And that is a safety for the Chargers. So they just scored 2 points. I forget what the score even was. It's 3-2 now. Pittsburgh's up 3-2. Looks like a hockey game score or something, so, or a baseball game, but it is a football game anyway. Let's keep on cruising through. Michael Anthony wants to look at SFL. Let's see what that is. SFL Corporation, Marine Shipping in Bermuda. And look at that thing, Michael Anthony. That is looking pretty good to continue its way up, I must say. So I can keep an eye on that. SFL. I'll write that one down for the morning right there. Looking pretty good. And that does look like it'll continue its way up. And Laptop Travel said, Michael Anthony, where would you put 10K on Monday morning? And Laptop Travel's going heavy on BMNR. Google, nice bounce here tonight to 285. That was dipping down, so that must have a nice bounce, yeah, because it had been pulling back there, and it must want to run back in the top. And Michael Anthony said he would like to see Clover dip to 230, and that could work. Clover Health right here, CLOV, and that is Clover Health. And you're saying dip to 230, and you would like that, Michael Anthony. So we might have to keep an eye on Clover Health here to see if it does. It must look like it wants to stair step down. It'll be interesting how it opens up tomorrow, Michael Anthony. That's the only thing. UNH down another $6 to 318 in the after hours. Holy cow. So that's pretty wild right there. And UNH taking a big old dip. So maybe the healthcare system getting beat down because Trump did say something over the weekend. I forget what it was. What did he even say about healthcare? I have no idea. I didn't really follow it. But anyway, he did say something. And AI could reverse. Isn't that a C3 AI? And that could reverse. You're right. That could. And let's see how your rocket looks there, Zach. Good question. It wasn't looking bad on the trend line. I know that. And I bet it does get either pulled up or curled up relatively quick. Maybe it stays in this little channel. And maybe it pulls back to here. And the lowest you'll probably see it is 1503. I doubt you're even going to see it get down there, to be honest with you. It didn't dip down already, and it's making a base. So I would assume that your rocket should be trying to take off first. And there you go. And yeah, we'll ask. We got to ask Kramer, of course, and find out what he's up to. And does he do his shows on Sunday nights? I'm not even sure what Kramer's schedule is anyway. And so there you go, 3-2 in this game. 4:17 left in the first quarter. Pittsburgh's up 3, and the Chargers have 2. It's third down coming up, and we'll see what's going on in that game. No problem, Zach. And anybody else want to take a look at anything? We already looked at our news stories, and they're all about the Senate vote. And they are opening the government shutdown, and I guess I was probably on the money with that because I literally said it right before open up the government and free Joe Exotic. I said it an hour ago, guys. So literally, I said it before they even started mentioning all this stuff, obviously. And there you go with all that. And I hadn't seen any news about the government opening up. I was just looking at the stock chart, and you guys know, because 4 hours ago I was saying that it looked like it was about to get opened back up relatively soon. 100% healthcare insurer reforms are on Trump's radar. So yeah, I know he was saying something. I just forget what the heck he was even talking about. And there you go. Let's see, crypto looking really good overnight. I'd say 105. It was at 106. We did our crypto. We did our news stories. We just blasted through our entire list and everything that you guys wanted to see. So holy cow, guys, we're getting pretty quick at these shows now. I guess I do them so often, and I'm doing so many podcasts that I just kind of fly right through effortlessly. Markets open higher on Dem's deal, but until a deal is done, that markets could dip after a deal is done. Michael Anthony, what the hell did you just say? Can I put that up there for everybody to enjoy? Markets open higher on Dems deal, but until a deal is done, that markets could dip after a deal is done. Does anyone know what the heck that even says? I mean, I can barely read, and I don't know what the heck you're even saying there. I'm going to interpret it right here, Michael Anthony, and I'll say the markets open higher on the Dems deal, but until a deal is done, the markets could still dip. Possibly. I mean, that was actually one of my cognitive therapy exercises, Michael Anthony. They'd give me a question, and I'd have to try to reword it. I remember I like couldn't even do it there for a while, and I had to do that for months and months and months to get better at it. I'll tell you what, you want to hear a funny story? So I was reading to my little guy last night, and my wife was just laying there with him, and I was reading, I don't even know, it was a Curious George book, I think. Yeah, I read a Curious George book, and I'm telling you guys, my reading is so bad. It's like I'm like in third grade. It's all because I got hit in the head. I just can't read well, and I don't comprehend anything that I even read, regardless. So it's all bizarre to me. But I'm sitting there reading this Curious George book, and it was just taking forever. I mean, holy cow! I was like, "Is this like the longest book ever?" And again, it's a children's book. It shouldn't take very long. Well, my wife got fed up because it was taking too damn long, and she had to go. And I was like, thank God you finished this thing for me, because I was like looking at it like, is this book ever gonna end? It was insane, guys. And I'm telling you, it's like I just can't read. Like, I can read quick sentences. I figured it out kind of last night. I can read a sentence pretty quick, but then after it gets over that, it's pretty hard for me. And you know what it is? All the letters, and it's not my vision, it's not my eyesight. Like, my vision's not bad, it's just everything blurred, like blends together, and I don't even know what the hell anything even says. And I can try to read things, and I can't even like understand what the heck it even says. It's bizarre. But yeah, I could barely read a Curious George book last night. So there you go. I'm not kidding when I tell you is I can't like really read anything. So when you see me struggle and I'm not playing games, I really struggle to try to read. And luckily, I just sit here, like I said, I just sit in this chair and like some energy takes over. I am just thoughtless, and I just look at charts and go through it. And the minute I have to stop and think about anything or try to read stuff, forget about it. It is over. So I just kind of laugh to myself about it because it's very interesting. I'm telling you, it's intriguing getting hit in the head and then living with a brain injury, and like, and I'm getting better. My long-term memory's coming back. I'm starting to remember things again, and a lot of good things. So I guess after 2.5 years of doing like a shit, or a year doing the show, but 2.5 years of doing cognitive therapy and all that stuff and working at it, I guess you can get a little bit better. So there you are. Dems always lie saying it's their fault. I'm not sure what you're talking about, but anyway. And Tuesday is Veterans Day. It certainly is. The market will still be open, and sounds like a Kenny Loggins song. Thank you, TB12. That is a Kenny Loggins song right there. Maybe send that to him, TB12. Markets open higher on Dems deal. But until a deal is done, that market's could dip. After a deal is done, there you go, Michael Anthony. You are now writing for Kenny Loggins and stock market songs, because I'm telling you that makes 0 sense. I don't know what you even said. I had to interpret it, and I'm not even sure if I interpret it correctly. But anyway, there you go, Michael Anthony. That is why we absolutely love you. And I was always under an assumption that you were just like talking into your phone, and you said you sit at a computer and actually do you ever proofread any of the stuff that you send? I Now I have to assume that you don't ever look back. You just type away and then never ever look at it again until I read it. Or and you probably still don't even look at it. You just listen to what I say. But yeah, sometimes you write stuff and I have no idea what you're even writing there, Michael Anthony. I can understand when you write a stock ticker. That's about it. AIRS, I know that. Airs. And Air Sculpt Technologies, that looks like it was taking a nice big dip right there on earnings. So yeah, that one might be dipping down some more. And there you go. I mean, we don't really have a whole lot going on, except that the markets look like they're ready to get cranked up. And tomorrow morning should be a pretty exciting morning, guys. Where did you say the Qs were at? Oh, 612. They were already there, right? Oh no, 614, right? Then you say they went up another $2 or something. I forget what the hell you said, Lewis Roder. 615. They went up $3. So there you go, guys. That's a beauty right there. And the SPY was up another couple dollars. So yeah, the markets are looking pretty good in the morning. Government shutdown looks like it could be ending right there. And remember what I said, rate cuts, and then the market would jump when the government shutdown. And I did mention that before. And here's your rate cut in December, guys. It's definitely happening, like I said. And even in there in January, it don't look like a rate cut right now, but we nailed it for What, three, wasn't it 3 months? Was it what? I know they had one last month, which was they didn't have one in November. So they had one in October. Did they have one in September? I don't remember. But October and this one, we knew that they were cutting rates. And I think they did do one in October, if I remember correctly, but I don't remember anything. So it doesn't matter. But yeah, they're having a rate cut right there in December. And the government looks like it's about to open back up, so everybody will be all excited like for that. Because I was thinking, I'm like, if they keep this thing shut down with the airlines, I think like in Philly, I had seen somebody posting that like the highways were completely backed up because of all the traffic trying to get to the Philadelphia airport this weekend. So it was like literally backing up traffic for everything. And just imagine as you go into the busiest travel times of the year, and which is like Thanksgiving and Christmas, and then and just imagine what the travel would be like. But that might be why our airlines are setting up right now, because, like I said, what was it, American Airlines? They were all looking pretty good. I forget which other ones, but yeah, look at these things. And maybe because the government shutdown's opening back up, maybe they are popping up. And Laptop Travel City's wondering about Oscar, as it's a family Trump Kushner company. How will they be affected by Trump's anti-healthcare attitude? Spies at 675 right there. And yeah, that's up like $3 as well, guys. So, and again, that's like right. Oh, yeah, that's over your 20 right there. So it's looking good, guys, in the morning. 616.31 for the Qs. Oh, that's going to be a beautiful open, guys. I can tell you that. That's up another $3 right now. And 616 is that's over the 20s too, then, if it's over the 31. Yeah, it's definitely over the 20 right there. Wow, that's a beauty right there, guys. It could be getting cruising. And we've been saying this. It was a nice dip and rip look, and we talked about it. I mean, we nailed it in the Discord. I didn't personally trade it perfectly. I'll tell you that. I didn't execute it perfectly, but we're going to execute this rip up here for the next 2 months or so, or whenever, and we'll make up for all of it. So it won't matter. Not that I was really losing anything. I was just getting in and out at the exact wrong times. It seemed like it was, even though we were calling exactly what was going on. And again, I'm not going to stare at the minute charts to make my trades, because these things will drive you nuts. Look, hits the 50 and bounces down. I'm like, oh shit. And then it just goes ripping up and bouncing. I can't look. I got to stay with my daily charts and just look at them and get a good idea, tell you guys what's going on in live trading and all that good stuff. So we'll stick to it and we'll do it the right way. And the markets are going to rip here with the Senate voting and the government ending the shutdown. So that is a good look right there. And that's what we have this evening, guys. Let me check and see if I missed anything over here. And there you go, Luis Rodriguez. You did have the earnings thing. I'm going to repost that for you. And there you go. Like I said, everybody go and like the open up the government and free Joe Exotic tweet that I sent out there. Be sure to absolutely like and repost that. If anything, you can like and repost the show as well. But go ahead and like and retweet that, because I'm telling you, I said that before anybody was even saying anything about the government shutdown even coming to an end there. And I mentioned it earlier at about 4 hours ago. So right around 4 o'clock or so, I had mentioned the fact that the government shutdown looked like it was going to end. And that was just from the poly market chart. So there you go, everybody. Thank you for tuning in on this Sunday evening. Let me let you know what the game is up to. It's a crazy score right there. It was 3-2. Let's see if it changed at all. And let's see. Let me see if it's still 3-2, second quarter with 13:51 left. The Steelers have the ball, and they do have three, so they are up over the Chargers 3-2. What a game! And so you guys can go enjoy that. Oscar would be impacted more than the others' laptop travel, so that is interesting. That's for sure. And yeah, Kushner's family is involved with that, Oscar. And there you go. Yeah, Bitcoin 105 and Ethereum 36.34. Solana's at 166. Ripple at 239. Stellar at 28. And it is looking good. Cardano's at 58 according to the stock cube. So that all looks good right there, guys. And I would say that's a good, fun Sunday evening review. Thank you for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Be sure to follow along on X, YouTube, Instagram, all that good stuff. Like the show. And again, like the post that I sent out about the government shutting down, opening up, and freeing Joe Exotic right there. I think Joe Exotic's going to have a good shot at getting a pardon real soon. I just have that feeling as well. So let's see how on the money I am with that, and we'll see what's happening. So go ahead, repost that, like it, and we'll see how that goes. But there you go, everybody. Thanks again. Be sure to follow along. Be sure to tune in tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. We do this show Sunday nights through Thursday nights at 8 p.m. And then, of course, we do our pre-market show every Monday through Friday at 7 a.m. We try to start a couple minutes early just to make sure we get through the show. And tomorrow morning, we'll probably be up early being all excited because the Qs are way up. The market's looking good. Looks like the government shutdown's going to end, and the markets are going to start popping. Crypto's looking good. So let's get to it, guys, and start locking in those profits and making those accounts grow. And I'm telling you, if you're in the Discord, there's plenty of people. Sam's coming off like his best 2 weeks of his life. You know the Joseph Levy story, and you don't know about Joseph unless you're in the Discord. He makes a fortune all the time. So yeah, guys, everybody in there, we're having a great time. Robin, everybody's paying for their subscription and making massive profits. So that's what it's all about. That's what our goal is. And if you ever have any questions, feel free to shoot me a message, a DM on X. You know I respond to everybody, and I'll guide you right down the right path. That's for sure, Luis Rodriguez. So minus 75, 85% on their revenue is from ACA individual marketplace plans. That's interesting. So that is Oscar, I'm assuming. So there you go with that. And I don't really look at too many of them numbers, but that is what the market looks like. Here's what a couple of them look like going into tomorrow. We were looking at that Ruby. BKYI was jumping up the other day. Remember I mentioned AZI? That popped up early Friday. ASST open, trying to get set back up right there. Archer dipped down good on its earnings. We'll see Beyond is actually getting set back up, as a matter of fact, right here. BYND, so keep an eye on that, and ASST, so maybe they're both going to get pumped up again as the market starts to run. There's that Madison, or that's Motorsports game. This was the other one, MSGM. I knew it looked like that Madison Square Garden one. ONDS looking good. There's that Plug Power. And Intel spies up. Grab not looking too bad right there. TSLY is a TSL. Tesla one, and the Q's right there. So there you go, everybody. And yeah, free Joe Exotic, everybody. Please retweet that, show him some love. And we're trying to get him out of there, obviously. So I do think something is in the cards for him, in the works, and something should happen soon. So go ahead, support him, and let's see if we can get him out of there really, really soon. And again, I literally just posted to open up the government free Joe Exotic. So there you go, guys. Be sure to like that, repost it for me. And there you are, everyone. So enjoy the rest of your Sunday evening. Enjoy the rest of the football game. We will be back on tomorrow morning. It should be exciting. Markets look like they're going to be good. Michael Anthony and Luis Rodriguez, laptop travel. And of course, Zach hanging out. Robin's hanging out. Joseph Levy, he was hanging out. He had a couple pool tournaments. Hopefully he was doing well. And I know he's in a veterans one. He's a veteran for sure. So Tuesday will be a big day for him. My buddy Jesse. And Doge Mama 9 was hanging out. TB12 and the housing specialist right there in NYC. And obviously, like I said, check out that SanDisk right there. And it should run up a little more, but I would be locking in profits on your way up. You can scale out of that one right there. And let's see who else was on here. TB12, I think we got to everybody. Doge Mama 9. So there you go. I'll catch you guys in the morning. Enjoy your Sunday evening. And the market should be booming this week. At least tomorrow we'll go there. We'll go from there. You guys know that. And we always break it down and know exactly what's going on. So thanks again for tuning in. And all information presented here is for educational and informational purposes only, not intended as financial advice. So always do your due diligence and like and retweet that post about the government and Joe Exotic for me. And I will see you guys in the morning. Have a good night, everybody.